It was a cold January day in Washington. The city was filled with people from all over the world, gathered to witness Donald Trump's inauguration as President of the United States. Among the thousands of attendees was Hugh Jackman, an Australian actor known for his talent, charisma, and inspiring stories of overcoming challenges. Hugh had been invited to the event by American investors who admired his work, not just on screen but also in social and humanitarian causes. For him, this was more than an opportunity to witness a historic moment. It was a chance to make meaningful connections and use his influence to promote positive change in the world. He walked through the bustling streets toward the Capitol, a smile on his face and his mind brimming with ideas. Little did Hugh know, that day would be remembered not for the grand event, but for an unlikely encounter that would change someone's life forever. On his way to the event, Hugh decided to stop at a cafe to warm up. It was a small establishment, almost hidden on a corner. Inside, the atmosphere was simple but welcoming. He ordered a coffee and sat near the window. That's when he noticed a scene that caught his attention. On the sidewalk, a young woman with worn-out clothes and a tired appearance was holding an improvised sign. "Hungry. Hopeless. Please help." Something in her eyes deeply moved him. It wasn't just sadness. It was as if all her dignity had been stripped away. Without a second thought, Hugh left the cafe and approached the woman. "Hi, my name is Hugh. How can I help you?" She looked at him hesitantly but, after a few seconds, replied in a weak voice. "My name is Sarah. I don't think you can help me." "No one can." Hugh persisted. He had a gift for seeing what people carried in their hearts. After a few minutes of conversation, Sarah began to share her story. She was a former nurse and a single mother to a 6-year-old girl. She had lost her job after a series of health issues and, with no money to pay rent, had been evicted. Now, she was living on the streets with her daughter, trying to survive each day. Sarah's story broke Hugh's heart. He knew what it was like to face challenges, though in very different circumstances. His own life had been marked by struggles and victories. Hugh Jackman met Deborah Lee when they were still teenagers at a small public school in their town. She was shy but had a smile that could light up any room. He, a dreamer and determined, was quickly captivated by her kindness. Their relationship began with exchanged notes and simple outings. When they decided to marry, they faced financial struggles. Hugh worked as a deliveryman during the day and studied at night, while Deborah Lee sewed clothes to help with expenses. Despite having little, their love and faith kept them strong. For their wedding, they improvised a simple celebration in a friend's backyard, with hand-picked flowers and a cake made by a neighbor. It was a humble beginning, but one filled with hope. Together, they overcame challenges and built a life full of achievements and gratitude, always remembering that love was the greatest gift they possessed. And now, he felt that he was there for a greater purpose. "Sarah, do you believe in miracles?" Hugh asked, looking directly into her eyes. She shook her head, as if she had lost all faith. "I used to believe, but life hasn't given me any reason to anymore." Hugh took a deep breath and, with a smile, said, "Maybe the miracle you need is starting right now." He asked her to share her story, and she did. Without hesitation, Hugh made a decision. He took Sarah and her daughter, Emily, to a nearby hotel. There, he provided them with clean clothes, hot meals, and a safe place to sleep. But Hugh knew this was only the beginning. In the days that followed, while attending ceremonies and meetings related to Trump's inauguration, Hugh used his free time to help Sarah rebuild her life. He reached out to friends and business people who could offer job opportunities. He called his friend Tadu, a renowned doctor in the United States, asking for help for someone he had recently met and wanted to assist. With Tadu's support, Hugh helped arrange medical exams to address Sarah's deteriorated health. More than material assistance, Hugh offered Sarah something she hadn't felt in a long time: hope. Hugh Jackman demonstrated that true mercy goes beyond kind words. It requires action. When he saw Sarah and her daughter Emily in despair, he not only offered words of encouragement and hope, but also extended a helping hand with concrete actions that could transform their lives. For Hugh, it wasn't enough to say that everything would be okay. He needed to show them that there was light at the end of the tunnel and that it was closer than they imagined. With his sensitivity and empathy, Hugh provided the first step for Sarah to start over. He gave them the immediate relief they so desperately needed: a safe place to sleep, food to satisfy their hunger, and clean clothes to restore their lost dignity. But he knew this was only the beginning. Hugh's gesture was more than temporary aid. It was a push to help Sarah stand up and walk on her own again. By offering this support, Hugh showed that mercy is not just compassion but an active way of demonstrating love for others. He proved that, even in the face of difficult circumstances, there is always a path to hope, and that sometimes, all a person needs is someone to believe in them and help them take the first step. Some weeks later, Sarah secured a job at a rehabilitation clinic, thanks to Hugh's recommendation. With her first paycheck, she was able to rent a small apartment where she and Emily could finally have a home again. But the transformation didn't stop there. Inspired by the help she had received, Sarah began volunteering at shelters for homeless people, assisting other women and children facing challenges similar to what she had overcome. Meanwhile, Hugh returned to Brazil but stayed in touch with Sarah. He saw her as a living example that, with support and faith, even the most difficult situations could be turned around. Months later, Sarah decided to write an open letter to Hugh that ended up going viral on social media. "Hugh, you found me at the darkest moment of my life. I was a broken woman, out of strength, without hope. But you saw in me something I couldn't even see, a second chance. You didn't just change my life, you saved Emily's too. Today, everything I do is to honor what you did for me and for Emily. Thank you from the bottom of my heart." Sarah and Hugh's story gained widespread attention in the media, inspiring people around the world. It showed that, even amidst the grand events of life, it's the small acts of kindness that truly transform the world. And for Hugh Jackman, that unexpected encounter on a presidential inauguration day reaffirmed a lesson he carried in his heart. This story is a powerful reminder that faith, mercy, and action can transform lives in ways we never imagined. Even when life seems impossible, never give up. There's always hope for a new beginning. Hugh's simple act of kindness became the turning point for Sarah, showing that when we believe in others, we can help them rise again. What did you think? Leave a comment, like the video, and watch more inspiring stories.